Hello, welcome everyone to the day 2 of Inner Light program. Do we have any questions from day one? Please bring it on. Okay, so today we'll be starting another process.
Can I ask something?
Yeah, sure. Sonal, please go ahead.
Yeah, it's just for a safe space again.
Yeah,
So it's just a feeling. It's not a like it's, everybody is 10-20% part of it, being a person, being a something, but all over it is a feeling. That is a feeling that
yes,
is that where you are validated and loved and valued in very
yes,
short. It's just
yes,
that a sphere of something, not I don't know what, energy sphere or whatever it is. So
yes,
I don't have any visual of that. Ki, yeah, it has. Of course, I like nature. I like different people give different feeling of
yeah.
relaxation. Magar हाँ, when I got through your video, तो I came to a setting there कि भाई एक sphere है जहाँ पे सब कुछ your validation, your value, and your acknowledgement all is there.
And it is
So
perfectly fine. The idea is not to associate it with something else. Okay, the idea is to feel that feeling. So if you just feel it in a sphere, then also it is fine. The essence of safety needs to be there. Gradually, when you start working more and more on your traumas, on somatics, you will start feeling safe in your body in the moment itself, even when we are with people who don't like you, who give you a very negative energy. Then
waiting
also
for
you
that
will.
to happen.
Yes, it takes time. It's not a overnight process. It takes time, but then it starts happening. Like I'll share. So I have some very bitter experiences with few of my in-laws. Okay. And for a longest time, we were not even on talking terms. Like even the sight of them or someone talking about them would flare me up. It was so bitter. And gradually started working and working on myself, on all my insecurities. And this happened in Feb this year, that my grandmother-in-law passed away. She was 95, 96, so she passed away. So we all gathered there for the 12-day ritual. So I was sharing a space in a closed car with all those people, and I was perfectly at ease. I mean,
How long did it take you to from this point you started and to the point you reached there?
so
How
it took me more than 3 years.
this
Yeah,
time frame is there because it
yeah,
says one
no,
step ahead and two step back, and I was like losing
it
it because
will.
it is.
So because healing is not linear, it is like riding on waves. You will have some very good moments, and then there will be sessions which will leave you drained, which will just leave you perplexed and hurt.
It is
And
okay to be
yes,
again not okay, like this
no,
level of not okay.
yes, it
And
is absolutely okay to be not okay, and that is only the way to honor yourself. You, when
but
you accept yourself in your highs and your lows.
yeah, but the chaos, it's not just me now, it's chaos. I'm sorry I'm taking the group time, but it's the
Yeah,
chaos of everything. And I don't.
the only reason why external people or external circumstances has an effect on us is because we don't want to see what is inside us. Nothing in the outside world can trigger which is not inside me. For example, I am a vegetarian, right? And no matter someone shouts and screams and gives me 100 reasons of eating non-vegetarian, it will simply not matter to me, right? Because this is not inside me in any way, right? Even the benefits of it will not affect me. just because it is not part of my upbringing. For example, people living in Islamic countries, they are, exposed to a lot of abuse, a lot of violence. But we as a children, we might not have been exposed to such extent, right? So we will not fear that, someone will come and shoot us. This fear is not there because this is not an internalized thing. This was not a part of our upbringing. What we may fear of is what will other people see? How will they judge us? How will they shame us? How will they humiliate us? They will keep a question on our upbringing. Maybe I'm not a good mother. Maybe I'm not a good daughter. Because these are our internalized beliefs. This is with what we have raised with, right? So anything external is just holding a mirror to what is inside me. And the moment I clean it from inside, it's not going to affect. Okay?
Yeah.
Welcome, Diksha. Yes, resistance do show up because sometimes when we are doing deep inner work, a part of us, the more rational part of us, do not want to look into that painful feelings because trauma work, somatic work is more about digging those layers. It is just contrary to all the other techniques which focuses on all the bright and positive things. Trauma work asks you to look inside, see all the painful and the hurt and the deep resentment you have.
यो जो आपका हर्ट वाला था ना, कि जो भी फियर्स है उसको शेप दो, उसको इमेज दो, दैट वाज वेरी पावरफुल. मतलब कि दैट वाज समथिंग दैट आई विटनेस्ड.
The
इट्स
next
वेरी
coming
गुड.
sessions will be more powerful. I mean, that was just the first day, so I wanted to neutralize it. But today we'll be going deeper. I would request all of you, if you can come on camera, it will be really great. Today we will be doing the inner child exercise, which is again a very powerful exercise. And those of you who are working one-on-one with therapists, great. If you are not working with a therapist, then also you can just use this exercise regularly on each and every emotion you feel, on each and every aspect of your life. This is a very guided exercise which we are going to do, and it will help you to heal at a very fast rate, at a very accelerated rate than just mere meditations. Okay, so I would suggest all of you to come on camera so that I can help you. Because when you are on camera, your nervous system regulates with mine. Okay, so before we begin the exercise, I would like you to read what your safe space was about. Just read what was your safe space about. And once you have read your safe space, just read your worst fear. And let me know when you are done. Okay, Kamna has done. Sonal, what about you? Done? Gayatri, Diksha, Deepti? Parumita, done?
Yes.
Okay, great. Hi Neha, we have just done with reading of the safe space as well as the reading of the worst fear, the writing which you have done. Okay, so you just go through that writing and we'll start the process. In the meanwhile, all those who have read, just lean back, take a back rest. If you are sitting on a chair, keep your feet on the floor. Ensure that you are not having any footwears, not wearing any footwears. And those who are sitting on the bed can sit cross-legged. And while you sit on the chair, ensure that there is a space behind your knees and between your knees so that your pelvic floor is opened. Okay. And gently put your hands on your thighs, palm facing upwards. Jasmine, you can continue the exercise from here on and you can go back to the recording later, okay? And just close your eyes. Keep your mouth slightly open, your head straight. Kamna, head straight. Yeah. And inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Keep on inhaling and exhaling. Inhale and exhale. Become aware of your breath. Become aware of your breath. As you keep on inhaling, feel your breath travel from your nostrils towards your forehead, towards your crown, to the back of your head. Keep on inhaling and exhaling as you bring your awareness to your entire face. Inhale and exhale. Keep on inhaling and exhaling as your awareness moves towards your throat and neck. Do not shy away with any body reactions, yawning, crying, purging, burping, belching are all the ways through which body relaxes and releases. So keep on inhaling and exhaling. And as you keep on inhaling and exhaling, bring your awareness to your chest, your lungs. Become aware of how your breath expands your lungs. Take a deep breath in, hold it, and exhale. Keep on breathing, inhaling and exhaling, and feel how your lungs expand and contract. Become aware of how your breathing feels in your upper abdomen, your lower abdomen. Become aware of your back, your upper back, your middle back, and your lower back. Notice all the sensations which are happening in any part of your body. And as you keep on inhaling and exhaling, let your breath find its natural rhythm without you forcing it. And bring your awareness to your pelvic floor, your genitals, your thighs, the back of your thighs, your shin bone, and calf muscles. Feel your breath in your ankles, your feet, and your toes. And as you keep on breathing and breathing, visualize imaginary roots coming from your feet and moving towards the Mother Earth. As you keep on inhaling and exhaling, the roots grow bigger and deeper, penetrating deeper into the layers of Mother Earth. Keep on inhaling and exhaling. And as you keep on inhaling, the roots grow wider and deeper, reaching the core of Mother Earth, withdrawing all the nourishments, all the love, support, energy, and life force from Mother Earth. This Mother Earth, who has witnessed it all, who knows all our past lives, who knows all our ancestors and what they have gone through. Take all of it, all the nourishment, all the love, all the energy, all the support you require in your journey ahead. And see the energy, the essence of Mother Earth coming from those roots, traveling upwards towards your feet. As you keep on inhaling and exhaling, the energies travel further upwards, reaching your feet, to your ankle, to your shin bone and calf muscles. Feel the energy of Mother Earth in your knees, in your thighs, in your pelvic floor, and your genitals. Feel the energy of Mother Earth moving towards the tailbone, the base of your spine, where your root chakra is. Visualize a red light moving at the base of your spine. Keep on inhaling and exhaling as the energies of Mother Earth travel further upwards towards your sacral chakra. Visualize an orange light somewhere below your navel and above your tailbone. Keep on breathing. Keep on inhaling and exhaling. And as you keep on inhaling and exhaling, visualize these energies traveling further upwards towards your solar plexus. Visualize a yellow light Keep on breathing. And as you keep on breathing, the energies of Mother Earth travel further upwards towards your heart chakra, which is nearly at the center of your chest. Feel the sensations and visualize a green light. And as you keep on inhaling and exhaling, see the energies of Mother Earth traveling further upwards towards your throat. Visualize a blue light here. Keep on breathing, keep on inhaling and exhaling. And as you keep on inhaling and exhaling, the energies of Mother Earth travel further upwards towards your third eye or brow chakra. Visualize an indigo light here. Become aware of the sensations in your body. And as you keep on inhaling and exhaling, the energies travel further upwards towards your crown chakra. Visualize a violet light here. And as you keep on breathing, just 5 inches above your head is a white light, the most pristine white light from the cosmic, from the universe, shining above you, blessing you with all the energies and resources you need in this journey. And see this energy of Mother Earth as well as this energy from the universe finding a rhythm in your body, a unique rhythm, and keep on breathing. Do not shy away from any emotions. And now I want you to visualize your worst fear. What was your worst fear? What is the worst that could happen to you? And find that fear in your body. It could be the same part of your body which you have felt yesterday, or it could be a different part, and it is absolutely fine. Just become aware of this part of your body, and if possible, place your hand on that body part, wherever your worst fear is. And keep on breathing. Keep on breathing into this first fear and slowly make an opening on that body part. Use your hands and make an opening on that body part. A big opening. And see that worst fear moving out of that body part, standing in front of you. The only thing which will stop you from facing your fear is your own feelings. Know that you are just revisiting it so that it will not have any control over you. And see it coming in front of you. Give it a form, a size, a shape, and or a color. You can give it any form, any size, any shape, any color. And as you keep on inhaling and exhaling, take a deeper look on your fear. See it turning into a face, transforming it into a face. Look into its eyes. Know that I'm holding this safe space for you. Look into its eyes and see the form, the shape, the color, making a mouth and speaking. And see if this fear could speak, what would it say? If this fear could speak, what would it say? It may be a single sentence or just few words. Notice the tone, the sensation as you hear those words. And when you hear those words, go back to the first time in this lifetime when you experience these feelings, when you experience this same fear, when you heard these voices, whose voice it was, who said it to you. Keep on inhaling and exhaling and see that person emerging in front of you and you becoming that younger version of yourself who had experienced it for the first time. You could be your present age, you could be 5-year old or a 15-year-old or maybe an infant. Just breathe. Just breathe. And now visualize what is happening. What is happening in this image of yours where you are of a different age and someone is saying something to you or making you feel in a certain way. It could be your mom, it could be your dad, it could be your grandparents, it could be your teacher, but it is a familiar face. And now I want the adult you, the present day you, to step into that scene and just see what is happening. Slowly, very slowly, go near that younger version of you and just look at her with all the love and kindness she deserves. You need not to say anything. You need not to do anything. Just keep on looking at her with all the love and kindness She craved, she desired, and she deserved. And as you keep on looking at this child version of you with all the love, see that younger version starts noticing you, becomes aware of your presence. And you just smile at her, a reassuring smile that I am there for you. Just communicate it through your eyes and your smile. And slowly extend your hand towards her and see if she is comfortable coming near you, or maybe she doesn't want to come near you, but she is okay to have you there. If your childlike version is willing to come near you, just hold her, just hug her, and shower her with all the love she was craving for. And if the child version of you is not comfortable holding you, then just be with her, sit next to her, look into her eyes, and keep reassuring her that I am there for you. Just take some moments and tell her, dear, and your name. Dear, I see you. I see what all you have gone through. I see your pain, and I see how difficult it is to express your own needs. I see how painful it is for you. But I want to tell you that no matter what someone says or do, I love you. And let that sink in, because this child may not have heard it ever. Let her experience this pure love. Just tell her that I love you. And I'm so sorry that it took me a long time to be with you, to come towards you. But now I'm here and I'll never leave you. You can trust me. And just keep on loving and assuring her, telling her that you are beautiful, you are amazing as you are. You need not to do anything or perform anything to get someone's love or approval. Your caregivers, your parents' inability to love you for who you are has nothing to do with you. They are fighting their own battles and own insecurities. It doesn't mean anything about you. You are truly amazing and wonderful. And as you keep on inhaling and exhaling, see this inner child of you feeling safe and secure, with you, finding that safety which she never received. And gradually, I want you to hold her hands and protect her. And the person who has caused this hurt, tell them or him or her, with full control, full charge, I am not what you think. You misunderstood me. You misunderstood us. You never appreciated us. You never acknowledged us. You never saw us for who we are. And as you say these words to this person, get a reflection of their childhood. Even if you do not have any information about them, just breathe into your knowing and see why they are the way they are. See them as a small child. How were they treated by their own parents? Were their needs met? Were they acknowledged, loved, and appreciated? Were they taken care of? And see them growing as adults and see how regulated or dysregulated they were. The challenges and the struggles that shaped their lives. The things which they received and which they could not receive, shaping them and their personality. And now truly see, was their behavior anything personal to you, or it is how they were programmed to be? And see their insecurities and fears. See how they coped through them. And as you see them for the person, the human they are, start seeing their behaviors and patterns, the way they treat you or have treated you in past or on multiple occasions, how it is just a reflection of their childhood, their own demons and insecurities. All the shoulds and should nots they have placed on you are just coming from their own fears and insecurities. And now tell this person, I see you. I see you and the reasons why you behaved with me. And even though I understand your background, your fears, and your insecurities, I refuse to take this responsibility. You are responsible for your insecurities. You are responsible for your own fears. What you have gone through is your fate. And I wish to respect you and honor you by not repeating your struggles, by not repeating your pain, by not repeating the fears. Rather, I choose to honor you by moving ahead. Because when I choose to live the life I truly desire, I put rest to all these insecurities and fears which were crippling you and which were crippling me. And as you say this, notice that fear and all the sensations which had been in your body, all the blocks which were stopping you to pursue your life, to pursue your dreams, to move forward in your life, to express yourself authentically, all of it moving out. Breathe into your body and give all these fears and blocks a shape, a size, a form, and a color. And keep your mouth slightly open, your tongue resting on the floor of your mouth, and breathe it out. See it going, see it moving out from your body towards its true owner. Inhale and exhale with your mouth slightly open. Inhale and exhale. Let these fears, these insecurities, all these things, the guilt, the shame, the anger, the hurt, the betrayal, the resentment, all of it moving out of your body. Give it a form, a size, a shape, a color, and make it as concrete in your visualization as possible. See it physically leaving your body, leaving your energetic space, moving out and going to whomsoever it is concerned. If you feel like yawning, yawn. If you feel like stretching, stretch. Do not shy away and let these fears and insecurities move out. Breathe all of it out. Keep on breathing. Keep on breathing. And with your mouth slightly open, breathe it out. Just breathe it out. And now notice how did it feels like in that body part where the fear was there. For some of you, it was abdomen. To some of you, it was neck. For some of you, it was chest. Wherever it was, just bring your awareness back to that body part and see if that fear still holds that space inside your body. If yes, then keep breathing it out. Keep breathing it out. This fear is not yours. It is a borrowed fear. It is a borrowed feeling. And as you keep on breathing and exhaling it out, you're giving it back to its true owners. Just breathe it out. Breathe it out. Yawn if you like. Burp. If you feel like crying, let the tears flow. Just breathe it out. Inhale And exhale. And again, take into account that body part, the sensations in that body part. Has it lessened to some extent? Or is it still the same? It may not go fully in one sitting, but if as you keep on practicing it every single day, it will lose its control over you. So keep on inhaling and exhaling. And as you keep on inhaling and exhaling, find the space getting bigger and bigger, the space which was earlier occupied by your fear. See that space getting bigger and bigger. Keep on breathing. Keep on inhaling and exhaling. Just breathe. And now, as you lose what was not yours, you will receive your authenticity back. You will receive what belongs to you, your original energy, and see it coming from that person or from the space or from the universe. You don't need to know the origin. See the energies which are authentic to you, which was your original self, coming back to you. See all of it coming back to you and give it a size, a shape, a color. It may come in form of light. It may come in form of some waves. It may come in any form, in the form of color, whatever it is. Just take all your authentic energies back. See it coming to you and become aware of the body parts where it comes to you. See it coming. It may come in some kind of words. Just keep on inhaling and exhaling and see all your authentic energies coming towards you, empowering you in ways which your rational mind couldn't even imagine. And as these energies come towards you, give them a space in your body and let them expand. Let them expand and grow bigger and bigger. It may come in multiple objects and multiple forms and take all of it in. Take all your essence, all your energies, your authentic self inside and let them grow bigger and bigger. Keep on inhaling and exhaling. And as these energies find space inside you, notice how you feel about yourself. And keep on inhaling and exhaling. Just inhale and exhale. And now see your inner child, the child whom you were holding just moments back, coming inside you, finding a space in your heart. Make your heart this beautiful space with all your authentic energies so that your inner child could finally rest, could finally relax. And as she finds her way in your heart, place a hand over your heart and tell her, you are safe now. You are loved. And I love you so, so much. And no matter what happens, I will always be there for you. I'll always be with you, holding you, hugging you, and providing you whatever you wish to have. And as she finds rest in your heart, she finds love and peace in your heart. See the cosmic energies encircling you. See the divine energies playing its game and finding a rhythmic balance inside your bodies. And your inner child is safe with your love and all the divine energies protecting her and you. Stay in this visual, stay in love with your inner child for some more moments. And as you feel more and more relaxed, gradually start becoming aware of your surroundings, the surface on which you are sitting, the folds of the fabric on your body, the room, the lighting. Slowly wriggle your toes and your fingers and gently rub your palms and keep them on your eyes. And slowly open your eyes under your palms, blinking it slightly. And gradually, very slowly, come back to the here and now. Drink some water and start journaling about your experience. Now, when you start journaling, do not stop your pen. Okay? I will put a timer of 7 minutes and you will continuously write about your experience without stopping your pen. Even if you don't know what you are writing, just keep on writing. And I will keep a timer. Okay? You can write about the experience, your feelings, your whatever sensations you felt about the person who was holding you, anything and everything. But the only catch is, the only condition is that you will write without stopping. I'm here holding this space for you and keep on writing without stopping. I have put on the timer. Do not stop writing. Keep on writing. Do not stop your pen. Let it flow. Keep on writing. 4 more minutes left. Continue writing. 3 more minutes to go. Last 1 minute. Time up. Stop writing. And now, there is a second part of this exercise, but before that, I will open the floor for sharing or any questions. If you, some of you or any of you would like to share, or do you have any questions? Yes, Diksha, please go ahead.
Hi. So, there was a part where you said that I can you hear me well?
Yeah, I can.
There was a part where you said that I see your insecurity conditioning to whoever's voice was that, right? And that that it wasn't you, it was your conditioning, your insecurity, and everything. Uh, And I see that why you did what you did, something like that on those
Yeah.
lines. And um, so, is it like I felt a little like we it is unknown that why that person did whatever he or
Okay.
she did or whatever conditionings or how she was raised,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
So
So,
even if it was unknown, did you
like it is still
realize?
unknown in the present. I mean,
Yeah, even if it is unknown in the present time, do you realize that it has got nothing to do with you?
yeah, that
So
part I could.
just stay with that. That it was nothing to do with me. So if what it wasn't about me, then why the person was behaving was because of his own insecurities, which I may not be aware of consciously, right? Because if someone is scolding me, either it has to do something with me. And if it is not about me, then the other person is having some kind of emotional dysregulation. Yeah. So we need not know everything. Okay. But if we just know that it wasn't about us, then also it will help you to bring your sense of safety back.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, Sonal. Thank you, Diksha, for sharing. Yeah.
See, we, miss, I know that it was their upbringing or their social conditioning of whatever it was. But why is it so hard to accept it going forward also? Like, you understand it, but when you react to it, you react to it. You don't, this
Yeah.
doesn't come into play.
Yeah. So we react even though we know it cognitively that it is because of their insecurities and it has got nothing to do with us. We react in the similar way because of two reasons. One, we reject and judge them, right? And whomsoever we reject and judge, we become the same.
Very true.
Yeah. For example, growing up, we often felt like, I always used to feel like the way my mom treated to me or the way my dad treated me, I always said, like, I will never behave like this with my kids.
Yeah.
And when the moments come, I behave exactly the same way.
Similar
Yeah.
pattern in that exercise also. Whatever the vision was, that I won't be like this, but I'm
Yes.
100% like that.
Yes. So the one reason is because we reject and judge them. And since we are a part of them, right? Most of the times, the image is of the parent or the primary caregiver. And since we are a part of them, when we reject and judge them, we reject and judge a part of us too. Okay? And when we reject and judge a part of us, we feel guilty. And in our guilt, we become just like them so as to keep them in our lives.
I
Okay?
didn't get the last part. Didn't.
Okay. For example, how would I keep my parent alive? Keep my father. my parents' parenting style alive by bringing in that same thing. Let me make it very simple for you. For examples, we have certain traditions, right? Certain rituals or for festivals or for special days, which has started generations back. And how we keep them alive by following it. And even though certain rituals irritate us, they doesn't make any sense to us, but we just keep them because not keeping them will bring guilt in us, right? And that guilt comes because our sense of belonging is threatened. How else we will belong to them? If I will not follow those rituals, I will not follow it, I will not belong to them.
So the
Apart,
protection is also for belonging.
yes, everything is for belonging. For example, you may be surrounded by toxic people, right? Who doesn't like you, but you still, even though part of you knows that they are not good for my emotional or mental health, you still go and maintain relationships with them because you fear exclusion.
Yes, truly.
So belongingness is the binding thread. It is the binding thread of our trauma as well as our resources. So these are the two reasons why, even though knowing cognitively that we have to behave in a certain way or we need not to behave in a certain way, we follow it because somewhere at the subconscious level will feel that if we do not follow it, we may betray them. That guilt of not following, of not being belonging to this system, the system of our family, system means the family, is too heavy a price we pay. And
So if we, sorry, if we,
yeah,
I mean, it's like the, in that image, it was like, Acha, I'm very sad, I'm very scared, and whatever. But I'll try to be good to her so that her pain subsided.
no,
So what is that? That is also
you
guilt.
don't. Yes, you are trying to be good to her because you cannot be bad to her. If you will be, suppose that person is your mother, okay? And if you become bad towards her, her pain will increase, right?
Yeah,
And you don't want to do that.
but I don't want to do that. But the situation is both ways. I'm doing also bad.
Yes,
I'm feeling also bad. So
yes, because a part of me is resentful too. Okay. And this happens in cases of parentification when we are supposed to take care of our parents in a certain way. But the truth is, we need not to take care of our parents. Of course, when they are aging, we can make it easier for them. Okay. We can be available for them, but we need not to be their parents. We are not responsible for their emotional state. But in a child's world, they believe that whatever is happening is because of them. They are the cause of their parents' happiness and they are the cause of their parents' distress. But what we have to understand is that we come through them. We are only here in this world because we were born as a child to them. And when we reclaim our position back as a child in the family, we also give back all those responsibilities which we have unknowingly taken upon us. For example, keeping our mother happy,
now
ensuring peace
also,
at house. Yes,
now also you can give back all those responsibility
yes,
and be
you,
like a child ki bhai
yes,
pareshani hai to khere just
because you are always a child to your parents. You are a parent to your child for whom you are responsible in every way, but you are not responsible for your parents. You will always be child to them, whether you accept it or not. And when you feel that your parents are incapable, because there are times when we are not willing to receive from our parents because we see them as incapable, then see them being supported by their own parents because you cannot provide for them. What they need is can be given only when they receive it from their own parents. You can just increase. Now, do you have a child, Sonal?
No. I'm
Okay.
too afraid to do.
Okay. So suppose in future, when you'll have a child of your own, would you like him or her to carry your pain, to carry your insecurities, to carry your
No,
fear in any way?
not
Would
at
you
all.
like him or her to be with you so that he or she can take care of you?
No, that's the reason I didn't do it, because I wanted to be a product of joy and happiness and to be treated like one. Because
Yeah.
I don't want to be. I have seen some यार बच्चा आ गया ना, इसका हमने ये नहीं कर सकते, हम वो नहीं कर सकते. So I don't want that. I want it to be
Yeah.
remain as a product of joy and
And
be
why would
cherished
you
like that.
and why would you like to do that? Because you feel that your child will have all the resources and is free to live his or her life, whatever brings him or her joy, right? As a parent, you will never want your child to compromise on his or her happiness to satisfy you, right? Then how does it not hold true for you as a child of your parents? The thing is, our ego becomes
Could
so
you
big.
repeat the last line? The
Yeah. So, when you would not like your child to compromise any happiness, any success, any part of him which brings him or her joy for your happiness, why doesn't it apply to you as a child of your parents? Why on the earth do you believe that your parents wants you to sacrifice your happiness for their comfort?
Not sacrifice, but sometimes it's like just protect them from all the trauma and the chaos.
They would never like you to be in the mess to protect them. If they can give you birth, if they can raise you, if they can make you the adult who you are today, they are very well capable of protecting themselves. What makes us bigger than our parents is our ego, this false illusion that now we are the adult, we are responsible for our parents. But the
And
truth
we need
is,
to protect them when
yeah,
it's in their hands to protect themselves only. It's not our duty to
but
do
the
that.
truth is, just see yourself, even when you're getting 50 years old or 70 years old, the moment any kind of pain you experience, the first person you recall is your mother.
Of course, of
And
course.
even though when in so much of pain, you feel that just by recalling her, it will bring a sense of ease into you, then why can't you believe that she is capable enough or your parents are capable enough of handling their stresses? When we choose to step into our parents' role, we make them negligible. And
Negligible, I don't understand. Can you define negligible?
negligible in a sense that we start, you know, lessening their importance in our lives. We start feeling that now they are getting old, so they are not capable or they should not get enough stress. They should not be stressful. We should keep our problems with us. But the truth is, they often have the wisdom that we never have. And even though they may not understand it, just by having that person listening to you, it also gives you a great deal of comfort. And yes, gradually a time will come when you will not even feel like sharing your problems, not because you feel that it will stress them, but you will become capable enough to handle it on your own. But by the time that adult comes in the picture, if not externally, if not outwardly, lean into your parents inwardly. Like you do not have to go to your parents and tell them, look, this has happened to me, or this is what I'm facing. You don't need to do that. But inside, in your emotional landscape, see them as strong, competent people who have raised you. who have faced so many hardships, and yet they chose to give you the best of they could. In your inner landscape, start treating them as your parents rather than protecting them. And then everything will change in the outside world.
Shall we do the same for the in-laws too?
No, not for in laws. Why I would say that? Because all the intimate relationships we share, like, so the intimate relationships are our partner as well as our in laws and children, are the reflection of what we never received from our parent. For example, if you were raised by a critical mother, okay, or a very hyper vigilant mother, you will never be sure of your actions, right? And then you will face similar kind of criticism from your in-laws. Not because it is karma, no, not at all. Because this is how in your inner landscape you receive your mother.
Okay. So if I change my maternal pattern, it will reflect in my in-laws pattern as well.
It will, and you will be amazed beyond any reason. Like, I will tell you my story here. I'll keep it very short that I had a very difficult and strained relationship with my in-laws, to the extent that we were not even on talking terms. Okay. And the more I did my inner work, I realized that all the parts of me which craved attention from my parents is seeking that same attention from my in-laws. The moment I made my parents bigger in my inner landscape and I started receiving from them in my inner landscape, what happened was my parents started leaning onto me by asking, they will call me up, what should we do? Do you think this is right or wrong? And the same started happening in my in-laws' place. They started calling me. And you won't believe I had never received a call for more than 5 years. And they started calling me and telling me, I don't know why I called. I just randomly felt like talking. And it will not become lovey-dovey. I'm not saying, I'm not giving you a magical picture, but the more you receive from your parents, and you can only receive when you become the child of your parents. It's no science, it's no magic. You can only receive when you are younger, right? If you become someone bigger, how can they give you? So when you become a receiver from your parents, a child, then naturally a child is supposed to receive, just like your child is supposed to receive all the joys, all the happiness, even before he or she has come in your life, right? Similarly, that applies to you as a child too. When you will start receiving it from your parents, you will not have any urge to get it from somewhere else, not even your in-laws. For example, what do we seek? We seek love, we
We
seek
seek
respect,
belonging.
we seek appreciation, we seek acknowledgement, we want to be feel heard, we want to be feel seen. It's not that they should agree to whatever we say. It's never about that. It's about at least they would hear us with open heart. They would give us due respect. And all these, when you will start receiving from your child, then you will never seek it outside. When you start receiving as a child from your parent, you will not seek it outside. And when you will not seek it outside, it will not affect you. And then you may continue on your journey. Okay. And then gradually they will start realizing, look, she does so much and she never expects anything from us. And then unconditional love from them also flows. So the only way is to start receiving love. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Diksha, do you have a question?
Yes, on the same line which you just said about we need to learn to receive from our parents. And though, yeah, I mean, I realize that we cannot really give until we have learned to receive. And I'm saying it
We
from.
can never give. Even if we receive fully from our parents, we can never give to our parents. We can only give to our children. The flow of love. So the founder of family constellations and intergenerational work, one of the prominent worker is Bert Hellinger. You can Google his work, and Bert Hellinger gives us the order of love. And the order of love is the love always from previous generation to the next generation. It cannot be reversed. The only way you can give love is by receiving it all and giving it to your children, your nephew, your niece. It can never flow back. Would you
Yeah.
like your child to love you? Or would you like to just give her or him all the love and comfort?
No, both.
The child's nature is to love. Understand. The child's inherent nature is to love. Have you ever seen a baby? They smile without any knowing, without any reason. And they give you the most magical smile. If you are near a baby, you will see that when you cry, they start crying too, as if their pain is yours or your pain is theirs. It's that magical. The child knows love, but they don't prove it. They just love. And you don't want your child to prove the love by giving it to you. When you want someone to give that love, you want them to prove that they love you. So how about restoring a natural order wherein you just receive love from your parents because they're supposed to give? It's not about proving. It's just they're supposed to give. You're meant to be loved because you have come through them. Because of the very reason that you are their daughter and they are your parents. You don't
But
have to prove
tell
it.
me something. Tell me something. So, how does it fit in with this thing where we say also that as an adult, it is our, or as a person, like in the journey of healing or growing up, it is our responsibility to work on ourselves and also realize that our true nature is also as a whole, right? And we cannot seek that love outside anywhere. So when we receive, when you are saying that, so I'm not saying that there are two things. I mean, yes, we have to work on ourselves a lot to be able to even receive love which is coming from our
Again,
parents.
your parents are not separate from you. So when they say spiritually at the spiritual level as well that you cannot receive love from outside, you can only receive love from inside. So you are basically from your parents. You don't have any identity of your own. Your every single cell is made by your parents. So when they say that you have to receive love from inside, or basically you have to receive love from your parents, it is basically receiving love in your internal landscape. Because parents are not someone who is outside. It is how you receive it from inside, how you see them in your internal landscape.
So you didn't mean like by receiving, expecting them
No, I never
inside.
said that, they will change. They will not change. How you view them internally, that will change. And when that will change, your energy and your vibrations and your aura will change. And then it will reflect in all the relationships you
So
share.
let's say in a case of when you're talking about if you're raised by a critical mother, and I'm not saying all the time, but let's say an incident comes where again you're criticized,
Yeah.
or you're not given the love, or it is little toxic, or anything which is not, does not sound positive or does not feel positive. So how do you then bring that thing, which you said
So it will
that
not
you
come
received from
immediately.
them, or even associate love with in that?
Yes, I will share that. It will not come immediately, one. Okay? Because it will take time. As you keep on working on yourself, there will be times when you will be reacting in the same patterns, in the same old ways, and then you will be reflecting after the incident. Then the time will come when you will start reflecting simultaneously, and then at certain point of time, you will start reflecting before reacting. It is a process, a journey of your own. But now see this example that when a parent criticizes, what is the intention? that they believe that the child can do something more, that the child is capable of much more, and the child is in the comfort zone. So even in that toxic way, which you term it, their only intention is to improve. For example, I'll just share a very small example that, when I used to draw and show my drawings to my mother, she will say, how have you made it? Ye kaisa banaya hai? Just draw it again. And then I'll draw it again. And then she will point out another mistake. And then she will again draw it. And then at some point of time, I would give up. But what her intention was, now when I see her as a human, that she sees me that I have so much of potential. And if she will keep on improving, if she will keep on forcing me to draw it again and again, she will help me practice more and more.
Yeah.
And then that is how I'll improve. But to see that intention is to see where she comes from. By seeing, I mean literally feeling and embodying it in the body. You have to see where
I completely understand what you're saying. What I'm trying to say is that as an adult,
I will just pause you, Diksha, here. I'll just pause you here. That when I say seeing, it doesn't mean cognitive understanding. It means feeling in your body. And that comes when you see her as a human who has grown into certain circumstances, who knows the only love language is to criticize or to make someone capable by showing them their true potential. And it may not be the most motivating way. But for that, you must be
it might also be
willing.
our need. You know what I'm saying? That as an adult, when we realize that this might not be our need in that moment. So what I'm saying that in that moment exactly, how do we navigate? Because seeing
Again, that's what I'm
understanding
saying, Diksha.
cognitively is one thing, but not seeing the reality.
That's what I'm saying, Diksha. It will not happen. It will not happen by a concrete step-by-step process wherein you would realize how I would behave in that moment. It will not happen through any how.
Can I?
Yeah,
Sorry,
Jess.
can I just add something because I have done some of this work. So,
Yeah, please.
like I have done some inner child work and some, family constellation work in the past. What happens? See, obviously cognitively it is very difficult to change,
Yeah,
but these sessions that we're doing, an energetic shift happens. Like for
yeah,
me, I had a very turbulent relationship with my father. That I did not receive him as a father, and we always, like, we never spoke. All our conversations would within seconds just turn into an argument, a fight, and we never did any of it. And then I did like a session about this with one of the practitioners, and in that session we went to like the kind we did today, that we went to his inner child, and we meditated on it, and then the energy shifts. Now, after that, and it doesn't happen overnight, after the few weeks, what I started noticing was that there was a change in my energy. So now when he was saying something to me which he would have said in the past, I was not reacting in the same way. And when I was not reacting in the same way, he was not reacting. That cycle wasn't like earlier to be, he'll say something, I'll react, and he'll react, and it just like blow up, right? But then because my energy shifted and I did not react, he also started behaving differently. And today, like, like within days, I felt like there was this moment where, he hugged me, he expressed physical love. So obviously, this doesn't happen cognitively. The kind of meditations and healings that we're doing, and that energetic shift happens, and it takes time, it takes work.
It takes time and it may not happen always as well. They might resort to their old practices, they might resort to their old ways of behaving. But what happens is we will not have that same lens to view them.
Exactly.
We will have
And
a
it's
very
not like that
different
in
lens.
the, yeah, it's not like that in the last 3 years we haven't had a fight, but the intensity and the frequency is not the same. It's a much better relationship.
Like, it's not that there will always be love. It is never like that. You will have all the ups and downs, but you will come back to your normal space much quicker. Okay, it will, and it takes time. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of energetic work. Okay, and before we begin the second part of the exercise, I just wanted to know, has any one of you not experienced that inner child of yours? Was there anyone who was not able to tap into that childhood, that younger part of you? Everyone was able to do so? Kamna, Neha, Gayatri, Deepti, Paromita, Jasmine, what about you? I'm so glad, Kamna. Now, I will be doing a very different exercise. So I'll just explain it before we do it, okay? So we have two hands, right? The one which we use for writing is known as the dominant hand. Okay, the one which we use for writing is known as dominant hand, and the other which we do not use for writing is non-dominant hand. Okay, many of you might have visited your inner child before, or this may be your first experience. Now, what I want you is to connect with this child at a deeper level. And these 2 days, that is Saturday and Sunday, you have to do something for your inner child. Okay? And how we will do that? By conversing with that inner child. And this is a very beautiful technique. Whenever you are having any conflicting situation and you want to make sense of your feelings, you can use this technique. This technique is known as non-dominant hand technique, NDH. Okay? You can Google it and you will see how it is widely used in all forms of therapy. Even in traditional psychology, it is used widely. Okay, now we'll be writing a letter to the inner child. So when the adult will be writing, they will be writing with the dominant hand, that is the hand through which you use for your writing purposes. In my case, it is my right hand. In your case, it could be any, right or left. Okay, so the hand which we use for your writing, that is your dominant hand, and that is how the adult will communicate. Okay, and the hand which we do not use for writing, which is your non-dominant hand, that is the hand through which your inner child will communicate. Okay, and now I will just ask a question from adult. The adult will write the question on the paper, and below that the child will write the answer. So the child's answer will be from non-dominant hand, and the adult's question will be from dominant hand. Okay, so adult, whatever I'm saying is from adult. Okay, so adult, write down. Thank you, dear inner child. Thank you for trusting me. And I would like to make our bond stronger. What can I do for you? And now let the child hold the pen. Change your pen into your non-dominant hand. Let the child hold the pen and write the answer. What does the child want? Do not worry about the formation. Do not worry about the spelling. Just write. What does the child want? What does the child want to do from you? And let it flow. You know, not to think. You just write whatever it comes to you. The child may even demand an ice cream, and that is also okay. The demand of the child will be just childlike. It will want very simple things. And now, once you have written the child's answer, switch again to the adult and tell the child, thank you for telling me. What can I do on daily basis which will help you connect with me and feel loved? And let the child take over and write 3 ways through which they would want to be feel loved. They would want to be feel connected. Write down 3 ways. Let the child answer 3 ways through which they would like to connect with you on regular basis. And once you have done it, again let the adult take charge and just tell the child, thank you. And out of the 3 ways, what would you like to do? What are you most comfortable doing in? And promise your inner child that you will do this, whatever you are most comfortable as an adult.
What did you say out of the 3 things?
Out of these 3 things, you as an adult decide what will be you most comfortable doing in and promise that to your inner child. That dear inner child, dear little me, I promise to do this, at least this daily with you, for you. And any one of you who would like to share what you are promising to your inner child, I would really like to know that.
Hi, can I?
Hi, yeah, please, Sonal.
Yeah, I'm promising to sit with it for 5 minutes daily.
Yeah.
Timer laga ke 5 minutes to sit with it. And I have a question. Can I ask?
Yeah, please go ahead.
When I first asked the question that how would you like to trust me, so the answer came listen to me when I say listen to me. But then my thing is that हमको ना बचपन से ऐसे करते हैं ना कि you should हम दिल की मतलब कि don't go with the flow and
Right.
you should be how do I मतलब कि लिमिट होनी चाहिए या कुछ क्या कहते हैं संतोष होना चाहिए. You don't do everything your heart says or you go according to the circumstances and things. And I have realized that these two things not clash for me.
It clashes for everyone, Sonal. Most of the healing journey. Thank you, Neha. Thank you for your presence. In most of the healing journey, you would come to a stage when you would realize that your biggest joys lies in doing all the things which you loved as a child. So your healing journey comes to a circle when you become that child. When you do everything for your joy. जैसे बच्चे कैसे होते हैं, उन्हें कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. बोला है बेड पे मत कूदो, वो 1 मिनट बाद वापस जंप करने लग जाए. Because
now
that
you're
is
an
how
adult, no, you have to behave a certain way. You cannot जो दिल
again
कहे सब कुछ नहीं कर सकते ना.
आपको सब टाइम नहीं करना है. अंडरस्टैंड, इट्स नॉट अबाउट डूइंग इट 24. एक बच्चा भी 24/7 अपने हिसाब से नहीं करता है. आप उसे बोलो, वो बैठकर खाना खाता है, वो पढ़ाई करता है, वो सब कुछ करता है, बट वो थोड़ा टाइम सिर्फ फ्री प्ले चाहता है जहां उसे कोई रोके टोके. सो यू हैव टू गिव योरसेल्फ दैट 5 minutes वेर यू डू व्हाटएवर. अगर फिर तेज म्यूजिक चला के डांस करने का मन कर रहा है, या शावर के नीचे खड़े होकर गाना गाने का मन कर रहा है, या कुछ भी स्क्रिबलिंग करने का मन कर रहा है, या पेपर बॉल्स बनाकर फेंकने का मन कर रहा है, व्हाटएवर you just do. So meditation is not, sitting and breathing and concentrating. It is it is concentration. It is not meditation. Meditation is when you are fully in your action. That is mindfulness. That is meditation. So even if you feel like singing some songs which are prohibited in your house, do it just for 5 minutes. If you feel like putting up on a dress which no one appreciates but you like to do it, do it. Close the room, do it.
Yeah, okay, I did that, and for some part when I was behaving like an adult for a time frame of 10 to 15 days, I didn't, and it came falling down like a cure.
Because then your inner child started trusting you. That is why I asked the child to give you 3 ways, and I asked the adult to promise at least one way to do it daily. Had it been your child, Sonal, would you skip even a single day?
It was good relationship, like you said, it's very it was a good relationship, but
Yeah.
that for 10-15 days if I didn't, and it just came falling down. That
Yeah. And you can always bridge that relationship. It may take time, it may not happen immediately, but it will happen. And you will be at much more ease. Then gradually, if you are promising her 5 minutes, do it twice 5 minutes. Right? Even if it is like watching a simple cartoon, then also it is good. I mean, and then gradually when you start doing such exercises, you'll start recalling what you liked as a child. It may be buying that colorful pens, right? Even though you are not using them, but just buying them and holding them in your hand. That also helps. You'll find different ways. And the more you connect with this childlike part of you, the more adult will feel in charge, because this is the adult who is providing it to the child, right?
I understand this feeling very completely, but it's just that कि हमारे को ये हमारे धर्म में भी यही सिखाया जाता है ना, that you need to control your इच्छा, your desires, you need to control them.
This is what is, we'll call it as misinterpretation. जैसे गीता में क्या कहा जाता है, मतलब जो सब लोग समझते हैं, कर्म करो, फल की इच्छा मत करो. गलत है. अगर आप संस्कृत गीता उठाओ और उसका मीनिंग देखो ना, तो यही बोला जाता है, कर्म करो, फल की चिंता मत करो. इनफैक्ट हमारे जितनी आरतियां होती है, ऑल द प्रेयर्स, हनुमान चालीसा, उन सब में लास्ट में तो फल श्रुति होती है.
Everybody is asking.
Yes, and when you ask, who can ask? Who feels that I don't have it? हमें गलत बताया जाता है कि संतोष रखो, इच्छा मत करो. But the truth is, when you will ask, then only you will receive. And when you will receive, then only you will be giving. So,
very, I can relate to you very much.
You have to ask. I mean, the whole universe is there. Whole manifestation, quantum physics, up to scientists accept karte hain that it vibrates on your energy level. And when you are vibrating at a higher level, when you feel that you need something in your life, you want something in your life, it is coming from sheer desire. For example, आप मुझसे 3 साल पहले मिले होते ना, तो मुझे शायद कुछ इच्छाएं नहीं होती. But now I desire so many things, and the more I desire, the more I receive. I truly receive without any logic and reason.
I
मतलब
know
मुझे
after this, the only thing that clicked with Gaurav was that you're allowed to feel whatever you're feeling. You're feeling bad now.
yeah,
You're allowed to feel bad.
yeah, you are
Next,
allowed.
it was like that you're not allowed to feel bad. Nikalo isse, niklo isse. You
वो
are allowed to feel that.
this is what is known as patriarchy, because this has been told to us by our moms. And behind every woman's voice who tells you what should be done and what should not be done is, or some generation behind is a male who feels threatened. आप देखो, in fact, all of you belongs to Hindu धर्म, where सनातन धर्म को कहा जाता है. यहाँ पर हमारे को कैसे कहा जाता है घर पे कि ऐसे कपड़े मत पहनो, you don't wear like this, you don't wear these kind of dresses, you don't wear revealing clothes. But when you will see our Sanatan Dharma, that openly talks about freedom and independence. If you will see all our apsaras, they used to dress so seductively. In fact, like there was no shame at all. Like Shakuntala was an unwed mother. There was no shame. Draupadi was into polygamy. So was Dashrath. And there was no shame. But what happened was, slowly, when Mughals started taking over, so Mughals are run by patriarchal mindset.
Yeah, true.
And they truly believe in suppressing. And when Mughals started ruling us, and they ruled us for over 500, 700 years, the essence of our dharma was lost. Otherwise, nowhere. We had all kind of relationships. For example, Saraswati is Brahma's wife as well as her daughter.
Okay, I don't know that.
And similarly, Sita is Ravan's wife as well as her abduct. Sorry, not Ravan's wife, Ravan's daughter, and also her abduct.
Yeah, that's it.
So we never believed in any kind of discrimination. In fact, in our Sanatan Dharma, you would find that Asuras would get everything. All the monsters, all the Danavs, all the Rakshasas will get everything. They will do the tapasya and they will get it.
Yeah.
Right? So, what was needed was this sheer desire. And had they used that desire for the benefit, they would have ruled this planet and maybe the galaxy as well. But just because their ego came into picture, that is where they had to lose it. In fact, like all of you are here females, and you won't see that Shakti is so much worship. Like we worship goddess in all the forms. We worship her in the most angriest forms, like in terms of Kali. We also worship her as Parvati. We also worship her as Saraswati. So there is no shame. And this is where awareness comes in. Your parents or my parents didn't have the resources and didn't have the awareness. They were not born into the era where healing was talked about. They didn't have the resources. They didn't have internet at disposal, right? These words were absolutely alien. So they could not go back to it. But we are fortunate that we have these resources and we have access to these resources. So why don't we use it? Instead of just believing that this has been taught to us or this is what is expected out of us, why don't we start believing in our inner wisdom? Like हम सब बोलते हैं ना, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Do we even truly know the meaning of Om Namah Shivaya? It's like the Om Namah Shivaya, ऐसे आप उसे पंचमुखी mantra कह सकते हैं, but then the true meaning, the true essence of it is that may I know the God within. You know, एक बहुत अच्छी mythological story. I will just take more. Yeah, Sita was Ravan's daughter. So there is a beautiful mythological story. जब मनुष्य पृथ्वी लोक पर बहुत आगे बढ़ रहे थे, you know, then Indra was very scared. कि अब क्या होगा? You know, the way humans are progressing, they will soon find every place. They will reach moon, they will reach heaven, they will reach, you know, the hell, the patal, जो 5 लोक होते हैं, सब जगह पहुंच जाएंगे. And then where will we go? Where will the gods go? And they all discussed and discussed in from front of Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. And you know, someone suggested go to the Kailash, and they said that human will reach there as well. They said, you know, go to the depths of the sea. So Vishnu ji wahan chale gaye, and this humans wahan bhi pahunch gaye, right? And then it was Lord Shiva who answered that let's go inside him. And no matter wherever he goes, he will only get access to us when he'll go inside. And that is why wahan se ye aaya Om Namah Shivaya. May we realize the God within us. And that is why it is called Narmehi Narayan. When we realize the divinity inside us, we will see the divinity outside us as well. फिर कोई मतलब ऐसे आपसे बुरा बिहेव करेगा ना, तो थोड़ा सा इरिटेशन होगा because you are human, but then you will see them as a child who never got that love. It will come immediately in front of your eyes. Like, you won't believe my partner often backstabs. And for a moment I'm taken aback कि क्या है यार, छोटी छोटी बातों पे झगड़ा. And then immediately I see her as a child who wants to take control. And then I just take my seat back, and then he would rant, and then he would say something, and then he would say this and just opposite of it in a minute, and then he will subside. And then he'll be, हाँ, क्या बात कर रहे थे? And then he will eventually come back to normal without me doing anything. But that space, that thing needs time. And you have to.
You don't expect that, you know, he'll be.
No, it's not that I don't expect. I do expect on certain occasions, like on Karwa Chauth, you know, when I was seeing every couple being so lovey-dovey, clicking pictures, I also felt like doing it. And he's not that kind of person. So it did felt bad. But then I didn't stay in that feeling. I was able to come back on my own. ऐसा नहीं है, बुरा नहीं लगता. But then you don't stay in that sinking feeling और उसमें फिर 4 thoughts और पुरानी बातें याद करके उसे और बड़ा बनाकर उसे खुद ही अंदर घुटते रहते हो, वो चीज नहीं होती. You just stay and you just come back.
But then you keep on forgiving them, no? Then
no, it's not about forgiving. You know, Sonal, you cannot forgive anyone. You can never forgive. Because when you forgive, you are essentially becoming bigger. And when you become bigger, you eventually make the other person smaller. So the only person who is deserving of your forgiveness and who is entitled to your forgiveness is your younger self.
My younger self, not even me.
No, your younger self. The Sonal who was sitting just 2 minutes before it as well. Like someone, you know, yesterday, no, not yesterday, I don't remember. It was in the constellation today or someone, it was in the yesterday individual session or group session. I simply don't recall, where they said that, yes, it was in yesterday's session, in the group session, when Neha said that, you know, I start recalling all the ways in which I was not there for my grandmother. I was not kind to her. And then I told her, and she says, now I can't forgive myself. And I just told her, what if you did all you could in your circumstances, in your abilities, in your emotional landscape? So the only person who needs your forgiveness is you and no one else. So if you are expecting something from your partner and he is not giving, your partner doesn't need your forgiveness. You need your forgiveness, because somewhere your inner child came up and they expected something, and you as an adult could provide.
So I delegated it to him instead of doing
Yeah.
it myself.
For example, and these are very small things, like, you want a flower, or you want to hear some love or affirming words. These are the things which we crave for. And instead of delegating it to someone else, why not you do it for yourself and see the magic happen?
Very great insight. Thank you.
I mean, you do it and you will feel it. Like, I have never bought an expensive gift for myself, even though I earn well, because somewhere I felt that, money is meant for saving. And suddenly I started realizing, no, it is meant for enjoying. Okay. And then recently I gifted myself without any reason. Uh, फिर पहले तो बिल्कुल ही गिफ्ट नहीं, फिर दिवाली पर, बर्थडे पर छोटा सा अपने आप को एक गिफ्ट दे दिया, and I will be happy. And then this, without any reason, ठीक है, I gifted myself a perfume, a luxury perfume, somewhere of 5-6K. And when I sprayed it, I felt so happy. मतलब फिर मुझे किसी और चीज की जरूरत ही नहीं थी. अब मेरा फ्रैक्चर हुआ है, and I'm sitting at home, I'm not going anywhere, but दिन में 3 बार I will spray, and I'll feel the fragrance, and I'll feel so happy and joyful, and no one is responsible for it. I'm so happy. Like session से पहले online session है, 2-3 बार spray करके I was here.
But we can feel your joy and we can
Yeah.
feel your joy. That's the only thing.
That's the way you feel it. That's the way you make yourself feel special. And when you feel special, you cannot take anything which is insignificant. And it will happen. It will start happening. It will take time. It's not a single day process. It's not an overnight journey, but it will keep on happening. The more you start giving yourself those tiny things, those little things, without seeking anyone's approval and appreciation, it will magically happen. And all those, Kamna, like, I guess this is the first time you have connected with your inner child, right? What will you promise her? What are you going to promise her? You are on mute.
So I promised her that I will never leave you again and I will be there for you ever, always.
And how will you show that to her?
Acknowledging her every day. Because, see, when earlier I attended this session, I told you that she was very reluctant and she didn't want to come to me and she was very angry and sad. So you asked me to leave and give her time. But today, I was able to hold her hand and able to hug it. So then last time it didn't happen, and it didn't happen. I don't know why, but today it was completely different experience, and I think it's been very long time.
Yeah.
Means it's been couple of months when we had our first session. I attended your first workshop, so I think automatically it happened today.
And now you have to do it on daily basis.
Yeah. So, do we have to sit and think like the way you taught us? We have to sit, close our
You
eyes
can
in the
do
same
it
way we
that
have to do?
way. You can do it that way if you have time, but many times you may not have time. Okay.
Mhm.
So, for example, you are just taking shower. Okay. And just see, what as a child would you like to do in that moment? You have to consciously
Okay.
bring your inner child, and maybe she would like to splash in the water, and you will find it. जब बारिश होती है, you may feel like बारिश में भीगने का मन करता है, and then your adult self takes over. भीगना है, बारिश में बीमार होना है, फिर कपड़े धोने पड़ेंगे, इतना काम बढ़ जाएगा, फिर बच्चा बीमार हो जाएगा. Your adult self takes over. So whatever जो मन कर रहा है, for example, suddenly you start feeling like eating sweet, do it. Okay, you
Right.
feel like dressing up for no reason. जैसे अभी 3 दिन
I
से मुझे
did
घर,
all that. It was a very long time that I was not dressed up, and especially साड़ी से जल्दी से जाना होता था, सूट फूट पहन के चले जाते थे. And I was craving for such an occasion before my inner child was, absent. My God, that day I took out the bestest saree I had and I fully draped it and I wore the jewelry and everything. And I was like, "Bas koi aaye na cover, I would be very embarrassed." But it was, I did that, and I don't know why I did that. I just did that. Ki, हाँ यार,
And how did you made you feel? How it made you feel?
Very good. It made me feel that I showed up for myself.
Yeah, that's only things you need to do. You don't need to do any extra. मतलब ठीक है आप meditation कर रहे हो daily basis पे, it's great. It's going to help you and heal you at multiple layers. But अगर किसी दिन नहीं कर पाए तो भी कोई एक छोटी सी चीज अपने लिए कर.
And I
Like
know
Kamna,
didn't
you
show
are
it
so
to
fond
anybody.
of,
It's just for me.
yeah, you are so fond of, your artistic works. So even though you don't draw it that day, but just if you get something, maybe a pen or maybe a color or maybe some handmade sheets, just do it for yourself. A child doesn't need expensive gifts. जब तक आप उस बच्चे
At
से
her,
इतना कनेक्ट ना हो जाओ कि वो स्पॉइल हो जाए तब तक वो एक्सपेंसिव गिफ्ट्स नहीं मांगते.
right. But the one thing which you have mentioned, see, we all know means that it is when we have to purchase something for our parents or maybe child or partner, we don't see the price. We see how it will make them feel or it should be best. But seriously, we say it, and I can completely understand how difficult it would for you to buy something expensive for yourself.
एक्सपेंसिव मतलब
So
खुद के
means
लिए
getting out
जरूरत.
of that comfort
Yeah.
zone, yeah, and then purchasing is really very difficult. It's really very difficult. You have to force yourself.
And then Kamna, I want you to do that. That will make you feel love. And whenever you will see that
Yeah,
object, you will feel so special. And you are a very
yeah,
different.
I will.
Right? You are very different when you are happy inside. You are a very different mother. You are a very different to your partner. Then small little incidents will not affect you.
Right.
So especially for you, I want you to do that because you have connected with her for the first time, and I don't want you to disappoint her. So do
Yeah,
something
yeah,
for
I
her.
will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will
Thank
do.
thank
Thank
you.
you, Sneha.
Gayatri, would you like to share? You're on mute.
Um, for me, I've promised her that I will tell her I love her every day on a daily basis.
And how will you do that, Gayatri?
Um, Actually, a few weeks, I recently came back home. I was away. So my in-laws don't live here, so I was away, and I was actually practicing this, whereby I brush my teeth with my non-dominant hand, and I look into the mirror, and I tell myself like I love you 10 times while doing that. And then I just came back last week, and over the chaos of not of unpacking and all that, I've stopped doing that completely, and I've stopped doing some of my morning routines and all those stuff. So yeah, going back to that would be the first step.
Yeah. And even if you're not able to do that, suppose you're in some rush or hurry, so just for 1 minute, for one full minute, set a timer for one full minute, look into the eyes in the mirror and smile as kindly as possible. For everyone, this exercise applies to everyone. That just look in yourself in the mirror for one full minute and smile with most compassionate eyes, the way you would like to be treated, and see how difficult it is. And it takes so much of time. Another thing which you can do is, right after taking bath, before dressing up, see your naked self in the mirror and just hug yourself and tell yourself that you are the most amazing person on this planet. Just this one line. See your naked self in the mirror, hug yourself, and tell her that you are the most amazing person on this planet. Look at her in the mirror with the eyes contact and say it with your full smile. You don't need to do, elaborate rituals. You can make it as simple as possible. And the more you do it, it will become easier and easier for you. Okay, Deepti, are you there? I guess she has left. Diksha, what about you? What are you going to do for your inner child? Yes,
So
Deepti. Yeah.
I
Sorry. Yes, I said I had to leave, but I managed to stick on with the audio and I'm managing to finish up whatever. So I'm just around. Yes, you had a question, Sneha.
Yeah, I just wanted to know, what are you going to do for your inner child?
Okay, sure. So, a couple of things that came down through that. One of the things being that I loved dancing as a child, and the past few months, I've had this innate urge to keep dancing every now and then randomly, and I keep doing that. Okay, like while I'm on my yoga mat also, and while I'm just like doing my vinyasa practice, sometimes I'll just break into a jig and I'll start dancing. Okay, so that's something that I felt encouraged to make sure that I do at least for a minute every day, you know.
Yeah,
So
that would be beautiful.
it's been a little random, but I think, yeah, if I try and focusedly connect every day with that energy, that will bring me more joy and happiness.
Yes. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing, Deepti. What about you, Diksha? How are you going to connect to your inner child?
it asked for a few things like hugging, looking in the mirror, jumping, dancing. So I promised that I'll hug her and show my teeth in the mirror, like how
Yeah.
I used to teach kids in the dance class. I used to tell them, show your teeth. So I think I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna jump on the terrace.
Do
Yeah.
that, Diksha. That will bring you a lot of joy.
Yes.
Okay, guys, thank you so much. I know I have exceeded the time limit, and these 2 days, make sure that you pamper your inner child in all the ways you can. And I would suggest that please come live in the next 3 sessions, at least in the next 4 sessions, I would say, because we'll be doing mother exercise. We'll be integrating mother, and the next 2 days will be more intense. That is on Tuesday and Wednesday. One Tuesday we'll be doing womb healing, that is in utero healing, and on the third day, that is Wednesday, we'll be doing womb regeneration. These are extremely catharsis experience. You will not be the same person anymore, I can say for that at least. So just do this. If you feel like, you can continue with this exercise, this recording, okay, and continue with your inner child work. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you everyone for joining here.
So we don't
And
have it for tomorrow and day after.
no, we are not meeting. You can continue with the recordings. Okay.
Okay.
And Monday we will be doing the mother exercise, and then
Same
we'll
time.
be, yeah, 6 to 7:30. We may extend it because I wanted to make it as communicative as possible, not a one-way session. So we may exceed the time, but then I will finish the exercise by 7:30 for sure. So if someone wants to leave, they can.
Just want to thank you. Thank you so much. It was very good session. This is
Thank
the
Yeah,
first
you
time
so
thank you,
working
much.
with you, but
Sneha.
it was very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Hope
it
to
was
see you on
amazing
Monday.
today.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Sneha.
And Monday, Tuesday,
Bye,
Wednesday
everyone.
will be of another level. I promise you that.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Sneha.
Sneha.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Take care.
Bye. Yeah,
Bye,
you too.
everyone. Bye. Take care.
Bye.